Hey, what's up, y'all? Oh, this is the Working Podcast. Pardon our mess. It's a Working Podcast. My name is KP.
Hey,
Sherissa.
Nice. And once again, this is the Working Podcast. So yeah,
hey.
you can watch the Working Podcast every Saturday afternoon between 2 to 5 p.m. Every Saturday we record live, and you can ask questions live on It's a Working Podcast. Here only on Twitch. I'm gonna try to monitor the Facebook stuff too. But here only on Twitch you can ask questions. But you could also watch the VODs on YouTube, youtube.com/user/Valor07, where you can watch it as well too. Also, you can find us on Tuesdays on Spotify, our Spotify podcast site, Square Mile City, where you can find the It's a Working Podcast. How are you guys doing?
Pretty good. Hectic
Pretty
today, but
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, someone's going swimming later on today. Hey,
Oh, man.
it's getting hot. Actually, it's gonna get cool like later on this week or next week. So that's
Oh, is it? I can't
it's
wait.
gonna be like 71 or something. I am supposed to actually head out to do a socially distance approved uh beach day sometime next
Sounds
week.
awesome.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
Sounds fun.
I'm I'm gonna be with a couple of friends of mine. Out. I don't know about swimming. We'll see because I'm not sure if you could do that at the beach yet. But I am gonna be out there,
No, you
chilling.
just can.
Oh, you can? Well,
Yeah.
I might do that. I'll be in
You
my
just
trunks.
can't. You just can't like stay in the beach for a long time
Okay.
for some
So-
reason. It's weird.
Well, yeah. I mean, I get it. Yeah, but I'll be over there. Helping a couple of friends celebrate their doneness. I don't know how you call it. Completion. Doneness. That's not a word. Um,
New word
with
of the
finals.
day.
Yeah.
Doneness.
Doneness. But yeah, the completion of their finals week. So I'm just gonna be celebrating with
Cool.
them.
Sounds awesome.
So what are you guys up to this weekend / next week / whenever?
I'm in the process of turning in my application for school.
Nice.
Yeah,
What school are you gonna
that's
go to?
exciting. I'm trying to get into Azusa Pacific University.
Hey. Hey. Hey.
I know
We'll
a lot of
see how
friends go
that
over there.
goes.
Yeah, it's a dope school. But you, Faye, what you been up to?
Eating. Just kidding.
I mean, you are.
Yeah. School, work, family, God. I'm planning on quitting my work like real soon after this term, so I can just focus on school. So that's what I have right now. Yeah.
No more night
You happy?
shifts. Woo.
I know, dude. I'm so excited because working night shift really does take a toll on me. Like
Yeah, I
physically
bet.
and mentally, I have to keep changing my schedule, and that's really hard. So
Yeah.
I can't wait. How about you, Kaylee?
Oh, me? I've just been doing a lot of stuff here at the house. Getting my stream all set up and stuff. Get my chair, so I'm all like nice in a nice chair now.
Oh yeah,
not a
are you
freaking-
in the new chair
I'm in
now?
the
Are
new
you
chair.
using it?
Oh yeah, it's right there. It's the new chair. Look at that.
Sexy.
Yeah, her name is Scarlett. So
Of course, it's a girl.
yes, it's a girl. APU alumni in the house. Babadook. Brian says
Hey.
AP alumni. Faye, how much more time is left in school, and what's your major for Faye? That's coming from
For-
Kingpin.
Ooh. Okay. My major is occupational therapy assistant.
Oh, occupational therapy is
um,
okay.
Yeah, graduation date will be next year of February.
Oh, next year February.
Yes.
Occupational
stuff.
therapy assistant. That's dope.
Oh,
Oh,
what is
you
happening?
about to go?
Sorry.
All right. Well, while you're doing that, we can actually start transitioning into the topic for today. Faye, what is the topic for today?
What is your therapeutic stress relief?
Stress release therapeutic.
Yeah. Yes, during this quarantine.
Well, what things make you stressed first in the first place, actually? Like, what do we have to
To be
relieve?
honest,
Yeah.
ooh,
Like, let's be
that's a big
honest. Let's be
question.
honest. Like, what, like,
Sure, but you wanna go first?
Sure. Um, I guess things that stress, well, nothing's really been stressing me out recently other than my application,
mm,
but it's more just nerves because not knowing the outcome.
Yeah, it's more like the anxiousness.
Yeah, but
Makes sense.
um, that's pretty much for me right now.
it's
Okay.
for you. For me, um, yeah, I'm kind of the same. Not that many things are stressing me out right now. I'm actually doing really good. However, I think just like just stuff in life, career, like the idea of settling down,
Mm.
and like honestly, like the talks that kind of go around that, like family talks, especially like Filipino families, like, oh, when are you going to, and fill in the blank.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh,
can we relate just for a sec? Can we relate to the whole idea of just like it's like, when are you gonna find someone, when are you gonna get a better job, when are you gonna, like, when are you gonna
true.
retire? And I'm like, retire? What freaking. But yeah, I mean, retire is also the question, and like, and it gets, those are very important questions, but the prospects of having a stable future has always been like a very stress. But like and it's funny for me because like I in terms of like my career and like the stuff that I've done for my career, they're not very technically stable in that regard. So yeah. Oh, we get a comment from Husky Boy. Husky Boy says, "This is why I live on my own. No one bothers me." Yeah,
Sounds
that's
nice.
true. I love, yeah, like right now I'm with my family. I love my family. And I do love living with them. But you do get those questions. Um, whether or not you're even with, like, you always get the questions. Or when you see family finally in that family gathering, you always get that. So that's what I stress about sometimes.
Mm.
What about you, Faye? What
Well,
stresses
what
you
about
out?
Kingpin? What about the others first?
Kingpin? Oh yeah. How about everyone else? Like, what about you guys? What usually stresses you out normally?
Mm.
Or do you guys get stressed? Because I think we're also gonna be talking about, it's like, well, yeah, it's like, so we're not stressed. Like, if you're not stressed, what helps what
Alleviate.
helps better? Yeah, makes you not stressed. But while they're typing all that out, what makes you stressed, or like, how do you relieve your stress? Faye, what about you? Has anything been
Mm,
kind of a regular stressor in your life?
regular stressor. Okay, let's go for regular stressor first. My regular stressor is usually school
Mm,
because I feel like I don't have enough time to just commit into my school
yeah.
because I feel like I'm always everywhere. And you know what? I totally agree with you being consistent because that's actually my devotions right now. Also, I need to have a consistent schedule,
Yeah.
but just because of everything, and I can't wait for it to be honest. Just to and I
Yeah.
already told my mom also that like I'm gonna be quitting my job soon. So
Okay.
I'm glad that she agrees with me.
How about work? Work can be stressful.
Oh yeah, I mean yes. To be honest, sure everybody knows this.
Yeah.
I could not in a way of like being stressful, but like there are nights that would test my faith in a way because my coworkers are not really Christians,
Mm-hmm.
and it's hard sometimes for sure.
Yeah. No, I get that.
Um, and also I feel like I don't know if I should say this. I feel like I've been dealing with trauma
Mm-hmm.
that happened to me, events that happened to me in the past,
Yeah. Okay.
and I feel like it's going back. I yeah yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It was
But
more serious. Well, go ahead.
no, no, no. Go. You're not. Your thoughts not done. So go ahead.
Um, I feel like it's like haunting me in a way that like oh my gosh, I'm like dreaming about it and I don't like that because it's just I feel like I'm not in a peaceful state,
Mm-hmm.
which even because usually even though I'm in a stressful state, I'm still in a peaceful state. But like I just don't like it when things like that happens for sure. I mean, who does?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
Yeah.
I'd say it was more prominent yesterday. Yeah,
What happened yesterday?
I dreamed about it and like to the point that I had to think about it all the time. No,
Hmm.
I don't like that.
No, I get
Sorry,
that.
this went so deep, real quick.
No, man, but like that's all. Yeah, this is a work in
It's
podcast, so
okay.
Thank
yeah,
you.
it's
And sure,
totally
but I
okay.
appreciate you for staying.
But yeah, like again, this is a working podcast, so we're all working on ourselves too. And like,
Mm,
I think that that's one thing. Before I continue with my thought, just want to get this out. Kingpin does say I get tons of stress at work, financial stress. World
mm,
we are in today is a mess. It'll be worse in the future. I try to stay grounded with God and with family. Also, he says yoga helps. So
mm,
that's one thing that honestly like even saw my sisters, they were working out this morning, they were doing some yoga, like I think some like mommy yoga. Not that it was like it was just for moms, but like it was just like yoga like that's fitted for people that are going through what is it called, postpartum, like post pregnancy or whatever. Yeah.
that's awesome.
So like for me, I relate, like there's still some things in my past that kind of stress me out long term. Like it's not
Mm,
just like like work is a constant, but work is work. Work will can always change. Things like school,
mm,
you won't have the class forever. But it's
mm,
like sometimes things stress you out, just as like for me, like um the idea of building relationships, the idea of self-esteem that's kind of build up, and those things at least in the past have come up a lot. um when I get and it's gotten better. There's a few things like that I've definitely worked on from now into from then into now, I should say, that have helped me kind of reduce that stress. We were talking before the podcast about consistency and trying to keep consistent to the hours within the podcast as well too, because we all have like things that we're trying to do, schedules to keep, and then of course like other things as well, like family as well too. Which is funny because those things are more like the relieving of stress. Like after a whole long time, like work, school, things like that, we're trying to kind of enjoy our vacation, not vacation, but our weekends and stuff like that as well too. But even then, like trying to schedule time to relieve stress can be stressful. So it's just
oh,
like
true that.
life. I mean, life in general, I guess you can say, it's just a very stressful life. Even trying to 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 take the stress out can be a stress in itself. But yeah, consistency is one. Having a really good fit schedule, you know what's gonna happen, um, can help. But then there's also like the thoughts of like, am I giving myself too much? In terms of just like, yeah, I have everything all scheduled out, but there's I think for me, my thing is like having the moments of serendipity, basically
Hmm.
things of just randomness, just to happen, the opportunity to just let it all drop, and then just like, okay, let's take a couple hours. Oh, that mine, my stress reliever, ramen. Ramen is my stress
That's
reliever,
awesome.
and my friends know. You guys know. If I say, "Hey guys, I need ramen today," you exactly know what's happening. I'm stressed. Something happened, and I
Mm,
need to relieve it. I think community is my stress reliever. Having a good community that'll just listen to me. Sometimes give me advice when I need it, but sometimes just let me vent, and then have ramen, and then if I still need it, if I'm still really stressed that day, get boba. That's me, and that's my stress relief. So I guess we're transitioning into that. Like, how have you guys? We talked about like, well, let's talk like categorically. You guys are in school or have been in school or going to school in the future. How have you guys helped in terms of like school to relieve stress during school? And I've also been in school, so I'll chime in too later on. But How have you guys helped in terms of how have you guys relieved your stress during school days, finals, midterms, things like that?
I just laugh at it.
Why? Because like, what happened? You know what's funny? Can I
You
just?
know?
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
go ahead, go ahead.
I was just
No,
gonna
you first.
say. I was just gonna say. It's funny for me to look at Sharissa because like her what you call it? Her signal has never been better. She is so clear in this picture. But when she's
Yeah.
home, she's like just a bunch of blocks. But like in her car, she's like that's the best picture that you'll get. And I just like her hair is more like resolute now than like freaking every single time she does the podcast at home. But I just wanted to say that. But
Yeah.
Faye, well, yeah. Again, while we're on the topic, like, how do you relieve stress during school times? Oh, sorry. One more thing. Kingpin says when I take a vacation to the Philippines, it helps me reset. That's great. Vacations
Bruh,
always help. Once again, also if you are watching
that
on
sounds
Facebook,
awesome.
you can ask questions here. If you're on Twitch, we're taking questions on Twitch live. The links in the description on Facebook. But go ahead. How do you relieve stress? Either one of you.
Sherry, did you hear the question, Sherry?
It's funny how my Wi-Fi is. I heard you mentioning that. My dad
Yeah.
was talking to me about Animal Crossing.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
Crossing. Animal Crossing, great stress reliever.
yeah, that's one thing right now for sure.
Mm.
Doing something that you enjoy. Um, One thing that I was doing during school was um, I like aromatherapy, like eucalyptus,
Mm.
Mm,
like those kind of things, just to like divert your mind from thinking of something
yeah.
else. Um, yeah, and community, that's important. They like help you forget things. So
Mhm. At least
I
for a
think those
while.
are, uh,
Yeah.
yeah,
Hey, we've gotten ramen together.
yeah, for sure. That's
We've
why,
done
no,
the whole.
definitely ramen's your.
Oh man, ramen's my go-to. It's like if I'm stressed, I'm like, hey, Sharissa, I need ramen. Like straight up, I was like, I need ramen today.
Code word.
Code
Code
word.
word.
Code. Yeah, it's my code word. In fact, I have a blog on my Instagram where it's just like I think it's like ramen days. Where it's basically I just talk about how ramen really does help me, and it's something about that bowl that just like feels like chicken soup to my soul. That just really helps me out in terms of those times. So, um, thank you for the snaps. Faye, it's your turn. Like, what do you do for like especially in school? Like since we're talking about school also.
To be honest, oh my gosh, my school, my
Hmm.
major is known for being therapeutic, but it's like the least that I do
It's the
for
least
being
therapeutic.
therapeutic. Yeah, like they teach us how to do like yoga, meditation, all these craps, and all these other things for you to be in that kind of mind state of
Yeah.
just being like relieved. But it's like the least that I do for school, to be honest. Yeah.
Hmm.
Um. Oh, I don't really have a particular what I do for a specific thing, but I just do it because I guess because I do like it.
Hmm.
But usually I would listen to music. I play my guitar, sing, and I've been doing, and ever since like the events of like traumatic events or my, yeah, that
Yeah.
I've been doing meditation for that, and specifically like faith-based meditation, and yeah, yeah.
Cool. Yeah. And once again, I mean, I talked a little bit about like the stress relieving. I think community. I think we all talked a little bit about like the idea of community.
Oh, community. Sherbet is my community.
There you
I'm
go.
so done. But literally, I just like call her for anything.
Hey,
And like,
since we're on that too, like, do you like? I mean, I think you already talked about it, but I personally call it a commiserate partner. Like I've had a few in my
mm,
life, so we commiserate together. So like if we're having a
Oh,
bad time together, I was like, let's have a bad time together so we can get ourselves through it. So I have a couple of commiserate. I'm not gonna shout them out, but one person, there is one person that comes to mind. We've gotten ramen together a lot of times. I was like, and I tell this
got
fool, I
it.
was like, hey,
It's his birthday today, actually.
No way, is it really?
I did not even know
No.
And it's funny, I know who you're talking about. So.
Yeah, well, no, for real. Thank you for
Connection.
telling me. I might invite him tonight so he can like because I know how like during COVID he usually he doesn't have his own setup, so I might just invite him today. I was like, hey, let's go play freaking just like let's get some ramen and then just chill for the night. And
That's
then
good. He probably needs company.
yeah. Oh man, I'm gonna call him up. Kingpin says he's never
You're
had
welcome.
ramen, by the way. Dude,
What?
Kingpin, first things first, when you get over here, like, we have the whole meal set up for you. Like, when you get over here in the morning, like, we're freaking gonna have, like, let's go have some, I don't even know what to have in the morning. What would you have in the morning? Like, what's the one, like, breakfast that you have in the morning? If you got back to LA in the morning, like, what breakfast in LA, if you can go to any restaurant, what breakfast in LA would you have in the morning? I have afternoon and evening already, but what's morning?
Are you talking
Like
about
fancy
unusual?
or normal?
Yeah.
Like as an Angelino, you're just like, hey, we gotta have this for breakfast. I can't think of a breakfast thing.
Well,
Eggs.
you can have
Tommy.
you can have egg benediction.
Uh, okay, well, I'm gonna go with the Babadook. Brian says Tommy's for breakfast. Okay, so I was gonna say
Tommy's
this.
for breakfast?
Tommy's
That's
fine.
awesome.
Let's do it. Let's do Tommy's for breakfast. For lunch, we're gonna
That
do a
sounds
little late
awesome.
lunch, breakfast burrito. Also, we can have a breakfast burrito at a Roach
I've
Coach.
never had
At a
Tommy's.
Roach Coach.
Oh my
Tommy's are good.
goulay.
Tommy's is great. Or we can even flip it with In-N-Out, and then in the evening we gonna get you some ramen. Kingpin, let's get some ramen together, like for real. Also, thank you for telling me. I didn't know it was his birthday today. Freak. Yeah, we're gonna play games tonight.
Well, he doesn't share it.
He don't share nothing. But that's
Yeah,
why
he
he's my
doesn't.
commiserate partner. He's like always commiserate. Oh, well, he's always miserating.
I like how we all love.
We all know who we're talking about.
Yeah,
We're
of
not gonna
course.
say, but yeah, breakfast burrito. Oh yeah, so Husky Boy says yes, a breakfast burrito. Yeah, we're just gonna go to some random, like one of them good random Roach Coaches in downtown, and we're just like get a breakfast burrito, Tommy's, and then maybe In-N-Out for lunch, and then go to Daiko Kuya for some ramen for dinner. That's your meal if you come over here, Kingpin, or anyone else after this COVID. We might have a live. It would be so cool if we just had like a live meetup, just one of these days. Hey, meet the cast, and then we just all meet at like Daiko or something, and then we just have like a meet and greet for all three of us and anyone else that wants to come for the
Meet and
podcast.
greet, I can't. That's crazy.
What happened?
I was like, I can't imagine people coming to meet me.
To
That's
meet
weird.
you? Well, that's the funny part because like everyone that were
Yeah.
coming to meet us already knows us, so we're just inviting our friends. We're just using the podcast as an excuse.
Love that.
Or you'd be like,
Love
we know
that.
each other. It's like, yeah, I don't need to meet you or greet you, but I
Hey,
wanted
you know.
ramen. Like,
Just say
It's like,
hang out.
can I unmeet you? Is that-
can I unmeet you so I can meet you again? Like, but you know what? We'll do it for you, Kingpin. Once you come over here, I would meet you, Sherissa. We are all friends here. That's from Kingpin. Kingpin, I'll tell you what. Like the moment you come over here, we'll do a meet and greet. We'll call it we'll do it for the podcast. But it might just be all us meeting you, because every one of us will know each other, but we're all just meeting you for the first time. I'm totally down. It's gonna be we'll call it the Kingpin meet and greet. It's a working podcast.
Hey.
Hey. Dude, yeah, but communities are really great. Friends. I was even gonna say like he's my commiserate partner. Like he's the bro. And yeah. And I was gonna ask like who's your commiserate partners, but y'all are either one's commiserate partner. Looks like if you guys are having a bad day, like you're the go-tos.
We've never been sad at the same time, so that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a sherbet, so.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I think it's really important to have something like that, commiserate partners. I know why I call it that, but like yeah, let's commiserate together so we can get ourselves through it. But I mean, yeah, I think it's important. So as we transition, Kingpin says I would meet you. Oh no, wait, I already read that. Really quick shout outs once again to the podcast. You are still watching It's a Working Podcast. It's a podcast that you can see on the VODs and YouTube, over here live on Twitch where you can ask questions, or on Spotify as well too. Thank you for listening so far, and we're going to transition. We're cutting this one a little bit shorter, so we are going to, of course, once again open it up to the rest of the community. Share with us like what are other ways and methods that you guys handle your stress, especially during COVID. I mean, we can kind of end with that. Like, how during COVID have you been feeling stressed with COVID? Has COVID actually been a stress reliever? Like, what are your thoughts about COVID and the quarantine and everything? Are you stressed? Have you been stressed? Are you not stressed? Anyone?
Wait, for me?
Either one doesn't
Wait, for
matter.
anyone?
Yeah,
Oh,
anyone.
okay.
Yeah.
You know what? To be honest, I thought during this time I thought it would help me
Hmm.
to just like relieve some stress, but nah, it didn't really change.
Didn't really change. You have the same thing.
It didn't really change, yeah.
I feel like for you too, it's just like more because you're still going to work.
Mm.
That is one thing. So like not too much has changed for you because you still have the same job that you have. You're still going to the same school. It's just different. So that does make sense that like things haven't really transitioned. I know as for myself, because my job threw me out because they wouldn't be able to pay me anymore. Because my job was in transportation. So just like, well, no one's transporting, no one's using our vehicles. So it's like, yeah, that makes sense. But it's funny because that happened, like I actually feel a whole lot more stress relief
Mm.
because I'm under the whole CARES Act government unemployment thing right now. I for the first time am not stressed in looking for a job. I have so much time to look for one. And I'm actually planning to go back to school to get to further my education to basically
Wow.
start making transitions in my career as well too. Plus, I'm doing this stuff, and then the streaming has really helped. I'm starting to find my groove in it. So my heart is just like this is what I've been wanting to do for the longest time. Never really had the time, the chance, or the opportunity, and just building an online community with people I've never met before, kind of sharing my heart and soul into like how people's lives can be better through friendship, through faith. This is the stuff I always wanted to do, and using video games as a platform sometimes is totally dope. Um, Before we get to Sharissa, Husky Boy says my stress reliever is eating a meal that's satisfying or working out. Oh yeah,
Hey,
so either you
that
guys
sounds
work out
awesome.
as a stress relief.
Yeah.
I'll be you, Sharissa. What's your stress relief? Like how are you feeling about COVID?
Let me get out of the car for a
Okay,
second.
cool. You're good. And we are almost done, so you can enjoy the pool. I know pool is a stress relief.
Ooh.
Oh, I'm getting caught in my bag. Okay.
Oh, while you're doing that, the Babadook says work itself is
Wow.
not stressful, but time management is. The line between work and home has been hard, but
Mm.
worship music chills me out.
Ooh.
It does
Oh,
though. It
yo,
does.
it really does,
Sometimes
to be
like it
honest.
really does. Sometimes you need that little
Yeah.
like Holy Spirit cry sometimes also just to like kind of know that God's in control. Like real talk. Like God's in control the
That
whole time. Like yeah.
that's
Graves
that's been my
into
go-to
Gardens
also.
album, freaking Mosaic. That's like
Yo.
that's my like that's my
Wait,
home church now.
that's not Mosaic.
Yeah, Graves into
That's
Gardens is
Elevation.
Mosaic. It's MSC.
No, that's Elevation Worship, my friend.
Graves. Oh
Ooh.
the other one. I'm thinking.
Ooh.
Oh, because they just released an album at the same time. That's my bad. You are right. Elevation. I agree with time management. Kingpin says time is so limited and people don't realize it. I like the other one as well too. I'm sorry. I'm shouting out my home church. My bad.
Hold on a second. I have to say hi
Yeah.
to my relatives.
Okay,
Okay, for sure.
while you're doing that, once again, time management. Time is so limited. People don't realize it. It's true. Like we don't have a
Mm,
lot of time.
to be honest.
Like I know you're gonna be doing something right after this. Charissa's already doing something.
Mm.
But
Good,
yeah,
good,
that's
good.
basically it. So I think we're gonna start winding it down right around here. Any final thoughts that you have in terms of stress? Any
Well,
Go ahead.
this podcast is actually a stress reliever now that I think about it.
Which one?
Just letting it out, this podcast, like
Oh.
just being able to like talk about it
Mm-hmm.
is a way of us to just like release it for
Yeah.
sure.
I mean, I do like honestly, even without the podcast, like you and I like we've had our T spots talks, we've our
Yeah, yeah,
we've had our like 2/3/4 hour talks, like in front
for
of
sure.
freaking like boba and and our cry faces. So
For
like
sure.
we've had that, and that helps so much. So yeah, I definitely agree this podcast. But I hope you guys enjoy it. This one's a little bit shorter today, but do want to thank you guys for coming along. I want to thank you guys online too. Um, Babadook says anything Cody Carnes right now is the jam. He
Oh,
also
that's true.
says
I agree.
see you later, KP. I will still be on. I think Faye and Sherissa are gonna go out. I'll still be on. I'm gonna be doing some streams. I actually might take maybe like a 10-minute break, and I'll be back on probably to play some Valorant. But thank you guys for coming along, taking the time. I know, I understand. I mean, it is sometimes hard to like shave the time off during the weekends to do this. I'm so glad and thankful that you guys are committed to doing it though. And again, like doing our best to be like basically flexible to do this. But I'm glad that this podcast, for you guys and also you guys listening online, has been helping relieving some of your stress. And I just want to end with, hey, if you guys need prayer, prayer is a really great thing. Like at the end of the day, like God's in control. And dude, if you just need prayer to release some stress in your life or you're stressing out on something, shout out to one of us. I mean, you have our Instagram, so you can DM us and just say, hey, I need
Yep.
this prayer right now. Like totally open for any one of us or all three of us. Just say, hey, can you pray for this? You have our IGs on the screen. Totally open. We'll pray for you. But this is a working podcast. My name is KP,
Okay.
Sherissa.
and just want to thank you guys once again for watching. Take care. God bless. Have a good weekend.